ERCOT waited until nearly noon today to issue an alert urging people to conserve power. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. And we came dangerously close to triggering an emergency response because of the strain on the power grid. It was the second day this week that the agency managing the power grid issued a conservation alert. At one point, we were less than 150 megawatts away from issuing an emergency alert that could lead to rolling blackouts. It didn't happen, but it might soon if this keeps up. Here's Blake Hansen. Blake.
Yeah, Stephen, Heather, conditions got tight with demand cranking at around 78,000 megawatts. We got close to ERCOT issuing an emergency alert for the energy situation, just 2 steps away from there being rolling blackouts. Another brutally hot Texas day came with an essentially last-minute call for Texans to cut power. Just before noon, ERCOT, which manages the grid, asked people to limit electricity use between 2 and 9. A much shorter heads up than when officials warned Sunday night that Texans should conserve power Monday. Doug Lewin is an energy consultant and advocate for clean energy.
I can't explain it. I don't understand it, and I can't explain it. It doesn't. I mean, looking at it this morning, if you're going to make a conservation call when things look, if you were going to make one for Monday, then you would certainly make one today. Today looked worse than Monday.
ERCOT pointed to cloud cover in West Texas, less wind, as well as a higher amount of coal and gas plants being offline. Though Lewin says wind is performing okay.
So I think the biggest difference is thermal power plants, gas and coal power plants that have, for whatever reason, and again, it would be really nice if ERCOT would explain what that reason is. ERCOT or the PUC, somebody in state leadership would explain, but it looks like that is the biggest difference between today and Monday.
Despite asking news outlets to spread word of the conservation request, ERCOT would not make anyone available to comment, nor did it answer any questions about why more than the usual number of thermal power plants are offline.
I don't know that's what's causing these thermal outages because, again, unfortunately, ERCOT and the PUC are not talking, and they're not telling us why these plants are out. And again, they need to start answering these questions so the public understands what's happening and how much risk there is in August.
ERCOT has been operating in a way it says is more conservative after the deadly 2021 winter storm. It's called on more generators to be ready if needed, but some have raised concerns it could lead to more equipment failure. ERCOT interim CEO Brad Jones, asked if he shared those concerns, told the Houston Chronicle Tuesday, "I always get concerned of those types of things, but as of right now, the facts don't support that. Now I am concerned that there will be more generation outages because just the way we're running them this summer. Not even the conservative operations, just how we're running them this summer. It puts a lot of wear and tear on some of these older machines." Bit of confusion late this afternoon when the city of Farmersville in Collin County said that ERCOT had ordered it to do rolling outages. ERCOT immediately said that was not true. The city chalked it up to being a miscommunication. Some city buildings and a couple unoccupied businesses did have power shut off temporarily, but that directive was not from ERCOT. Stephen, Heather.